Hello everybody, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys are having a blessed Monday. Ahmed Mahmoud here with another video. Before I actually start this video, I'd ask you guys to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and more importantly, please share this video, as this video has a very important message pertaining to young novice lifters and drugs. So getting into it, when I say young novice lifters, I mean the age range, I want to say from 15, 16 years old to around 25, 26 years old, so that 10-year difference. And the reason why I say young novice lifters and drugs is because very, very recently, especially in 2020, 2021, and a little bit earlier than that, we have been starting to see a lot of young bodybuilders, a lot of young novice lifters who have been taking stuff, who have been taking drugs. And I just wanted to speak to you guys about that, give you my opinion, give you my message, and really speak to the young people who are starting to work out, because I think that in this game of bodybuilding, especially now when people are starting out, it's really a decision that they made on their own, without anyone else telling them to work out. And this could be for many reasons. It could be because you were going through something like depression, you don't like how you are looking. There's so many reasons as to why someone would want to work out. And I feel like I have a very, very, very important message as to why you should be staying off the drugs. And just as a reminder, just as a message to you guys, I don't know very much about drugs. I don't want to know anything. I don't want to know the ins and outs of steroids, of testosterone or test boosters. I don't want to know about TRT, SARMs. I know the names, but I don't really know what they do, and I don't want to know what they do, because I don't plan on going outside the natural realms of bodybuilding. And that leads me to my next point about the underlying risks of taking drugs. Guys, I mean, we all know what it does to us. It can affect you in terms of your heart. It can affect you in terms of your mood. A lot of people that have been taking drugs have noted that they feel depression, they feel a lot of anxiety, they have a lot of panic attacks. But outside of that, I mentioned earlier, heart problems. If you're someone that has heart problems and you're taking drugs, that even exemplifies a more serious effect on your heart. It could be anything. You can get a heart attack. We've seen bodybuilders who we know pass away because they've had heart attacks, and one of the main reasons of why that happened can be because of drugs. And I really don't want to go too much into the risks of taking drugs. You should know what would happen if you were to take drugs. I really want to speak to you guys. I just want to speak to you guys one-on-one, the person that's watching this video. And me personally, if I'm speaking to you, I'm thinking that you're someone that just started working out, and you're young. You're someone that, you know, that's in the social media game. You're somebody that's either in high school or going to college or just finishing up college. I want to speak to you guys about my opinion on this, because I think it's very important. I have some notes right here so I don't get carried away. The first part of my message is, why are you guys looking at taking drugs, right? And I really feel that in today's age, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure on young people to have to look good online, on social media, right? So on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, on Twitter, there's always this pressure that is not really being talked about, especially with Instagram, for young people to take the best photos, to try to get as much clout as they can, just so they could get attention, right? They want to get attention. They want to be seen by people. They want people to see them. And just to give you context of why I'm bringing this up, when I first started working out, I felt this pressure too. You know, I started working out. I started getting very consistent in the gym, but the results really didn't come through. It didn't come through physically. It came through mentally. I mean, I started to feel confidence and belief like never before. But when it came to showing the muscles I've gained, you really couldn't see it. To be honest, you really couldn't see it. It took a long time for that to show up. It took a long time for my strength to show up. There's a lot of things that had to be ironed out before the results started to come through. But what happened was I was going on Instagram and I started seeing people who were my age that were shredded out of their minds, that were lifting out of their minds. And they started not too long before I did, or they started when I did, or they started after when I did. And I used to look at these people, and this is the confession that I have. I used to look at these people and say, these people are losers. These people are cheaters. They're gaming the system. Why am I working out as hard as I am? And these guys are taking stuff because I know they're taking stuff because they've mentioned that they were taking stuff. And it just looked like they were taking stuff. I mean, you could literally tell while I'm struggling. That's my confession. Like, I was looking at these people and I was degrading them as much as I can or as much as I could so I could make myself feel better. But I'm bringing up this point because doing what I did was wrong. I shouldn't have said those things about why they were taking those drugs, because there's always a reason why people take those drugs. And it does not stem from the gym. It has to stem from something even before that. And this is, I'm not talking about the Mr. Olympia bodybuilders that are competing against one each other and they're not natural. I'm talking about young people like us. Young people that grew up, that you know, that I know, that out of nowhere just blew up. They got muscles, shredded veins, all this stuff happening, and you start to really put yourself down, and result that you start to put them down because you want to make yourself feel better. And that's wrong, because there's always a reason why people do things as to why you and I went to the gym. So that's why I'm bringing up social media. That's why I'm bringing up your upbringing as someone that's growing up in America or wherever you are. There's always this pressure to have to stand out. There's always this pressure to have to be known in front of everybody, whether you're in school, whether it's online. And maybe you grew up as someone that not a lot of people really fancied. A lot of people didn't like you, when you were growing up. You didn't have a lot of friends. And because you didn't have a lot of friends, it bothered you. It bothered you that you were not invited to those parties. It bothered you that when you would come to the group conversation, everybody would get awkward. It bothered you that, you just weren't the guy, or you weren't the girl. You weren't the one that people paid attention to. So you start to find the gym. You start to find confidence, and you're just enjoying what you're doing, but then you're not seeing the results. And you're seeing people post their results, and they're on a different level. So what do you do? What do you do? And it's sad to say, some kids, especially as of late, because it's very common, it's very easy to do it, they find someone that has either a connect to those drugs, and they get those drugs, they take those drugs, and they get the body that they've always wanted, because drugs act fast. I don't know the science of it, but I do know that it acts very fast. There are certain drugs that can build muscle, but at the same time burn fat while you eat whatever you want. And especially with young lifters, you have the lifts when you start working out, when you start working out consistently, you're gonna make a lot more gains in the beginning. So you combine that with taking steroids, or you're taking testosterone, you're taking whatever, TRT, and all of a sudden you become a beast. And you look like you've been working out for years. And that's great. It's great because now you could go on Instagram, you could go on YouTube, you could go on wherever, take a picture of you shirtless, shredded, right? And then get the clout, get the likes. And now you're getting the attention, right? You're getting the attention. You're a guy, you're getting the attention from your friends or the people that you want to be friends with. You're getting attention from those girls, right? Big factor as to why people do things. You're getting attention from the opposite sex. And you feel good. You feel like you've never felt before. You feel loved. But then something starts to happen. Life. You see, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to like your photo and I'm going to think about you for 15 seconds of how much strides, of how much difference you've made in a certain amount of months. And I may not ask myself how you did it, but I'm going to say congratulations, like this is awesome, like you've been doing it. But then I'm not going to think about you again. Right? It's just life. We have things to think about other than you. And the same thing with me. Like, people have other things to think about than think about me. It's just how life is. So what happens? Now, number one, this temporary happiness that you get is temporary. It goes away. It's not permanent. It's not permanent because you haven't invested any personality into those relationships. It's more so that initial, hey, look at me, I'm shredded, I congratulate you, I compliment you, and then we go about our ways. There's no personality involved. There's no relationship involved. So what do? Well, number one, you have to maintain that lifestyle or to maintain that physique that you had so you could post it again on Instagram. Well, with what started as maybe one cycle, now you have to take another cycle, right? Because you have to maintain that physique. Otherwise, people are going to start asking you when you post another photo or why you don't post another photo of how your physique changed. They're going to say, well, weren't you just shredded a few months ago? Weren't you just bigger a few months ago? Weren't you lifting heavy a few months ago? What happened? What happened? Why did you change? So now, in your mind, to prevent that, you coax yourself into taking another cycle and taking another cycle and taking another cycle. This is how it starts. It's not only with drugs, it's with food, it's with stress relievers, something that you do in order to take yourself away from something that's been hurting you, and you do it over and over and over because it makes you feel good. And in most cases, it has very, very negative effects. So the reason why I'm mentioning this is, guys, I want you to think about this. It's okay to feel tempted to take drugs. It's okay to feel tempted to take things that will help you get bigger or shredded. It's okay. You're human. When I first started, I was thinking about what it would feel or how I would look if I took drugs, if I took steroids, or if I took this, or if I took that. It's okay. But then I ask you to counter that by asking yourself, why? Why do you have to take it? Why do you have to sacrifice patience to take these drugs that may give you something temporarily, but in the long run will no doubt hurt you because you have no way out? You have to consistently take and take and take. Otherwise, people will find out. It's not worth it. It really isn't. And it goes into my next point of be patient. Be patient. Believe me, I know how it feels. I know how it feels. You're in the gym for 1 year and you still are struggling. You're struggling on the bench press. You're struggling on the curls. You're struggling on the shoulder pressing. You're struggling on the squats. You're struggling. You are struggling. I ask you guys to be patient because that road of being patient is it's amazing. It's amazing. You will learn things about yourself that you never learned. The toughness, the discipline, the iron, right? The iron that you have of yourself when things come and attack you and obstacles come and attack you. And your ability to say no, your ability to march on because you are on this journey to greatness, to aesthetics. Even though it may take years, you will learn things about yourself that you would not have learned had you taken the short route. Had you taken the short route. Be patient. Embrace being patient. Embrace the embodiment of someone that has an amazing work ethic. Because this will not only apply in bodybuilding, but it will apply in your diet. It will apply if you're going to school. It will apply in your work, working in a career that you love. Maybe you're starting a company. I mean, I can tell you personally, when I first started working out, my confidence was not there. My belief was not there. If someone came up and told me I'd be a loser, I'd agree with you. I would agree with you. And this was a product of my past. Maybe I'll go into that another video about my past. But prior to working out, I was someone who was done in life. I didn't have anything going on for myself. The gym revived me. It made me believe something I've never believed in my life. It injected confidence in me that I've never had. So much so, as a junior in college with a finance major that I'm about to complete, I said, you know what? Finance is easy. I don't feel challenged, but because I've been working out hard, because I've been changing up my life, I'm going to switch to computer science. Mind you, I've never coded in my life. I'm not academic. At that time, I wasn't academically open to taking advanced math classes like Calc 2 or linear algebra, optimization, data structures, all of that. I mean, I never did any of that. But because I literally started working out and feeling confidence, I felt something that I've never felt before. And that is something you're going to feel if you go the long route of being patient. Maybe not in school, but outside. Maybe starting a company or something you're scared to do. But you do it because you went the long route. You're starting to understand yourself as a person. And because you're being patient, because your work ethic is on point, something that you've been innovating over time, it just comes naturally. And then the last point, and I touched on this earlier before about social media. Personality. Personality is a big thing in life. I used to believe that when I first started working out, because of where I was at that time, I used to believe that working out would somehow put me on a pedestal in terms of having more friends, being more attractive, being somebody that people talked about. And in some cases, yes. In most cases, no. What do I mean? I mentioned earlier that when you see somebody for the first time that you haven't seen in a while, right? So high school passes by. I haven't seen anybody in high school. 2 years in, I'm a sophomore in college. I'm working out. 3 years in, I'm in college. I'm still working out. Some changes are happening. People, you're starting to see a little bit of muscle development. You see someone for the first time, and the first thing they tell you is, "Wow, man, you're getting big. You're getting lean. You're getting cut. You're getting strong. I haven't seen you in a while. Like, you're making a big change." And that's why you started working out, because you want people to notice you. You want people to give you attention. But then very, very quickly, when they give you that compliment, it doesn't really change anything. It doesn't change the relationship that you had with that person, right? Which could be, you had a friendship with a person in your high school. It doesn't change that relationship. They will compliment you, but it doesn't really change the fundamental of that relationship that you had earlier. Same thing with the opposite sex. A girl sees you, wow, he has a nice body. That's cool and all, but if you have no personality, if you have no way of extending a conversation and actually talking about what humans talk about, what did you expect the drugs to do? What did you expect the drugs to do? If you think that alone is going to change your life because you never got attention from people in the past, then how do you feel it's going to change your life when the person sees you and they compliment you and that's it? Because you didn't know how to talk to them. Because you want to show them what you've done. You want to be a show-off. You want to be like, wow, look at me. And they acknowledge that. But then after that, the conversation ended. So you have to post more pictures, and you have to post more pictures. You have to post more pictures. And yes, your social media may start to grow when it comes to fitness or when it comes to modeling. But the road always ends at the time the initial conversation ends. After that compliment. And that was something for me very, very hard to understand. Because it's not how you and I look. It's not about the body. It's not about how much muscle I have. It's not about how much weight you lift. That's amazing that you're in the gym. That's amazing that you're working out. That's amazing you made changes. More power to you, because that's what we want. But at the end of the day, if I can't make you feel better as a person through our conversation, because you're complimenting me and I'm doing nothing in return because I really have no personality, then what good is it? What good is it that, I'm working out? How is that? If my intention of working out is to gain attention, then you're selling yourself short, because you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it for the wrong reasons. I don't want to go longer in this video. I want to recap what I was talking about, and I want you guys to think about it. Like, really sit down and think about it. You're young. You have your life to live. Why are you going to do something so stupid that you don't know much about because some guy in the gym told you about it, or some YouTuber told you about it? It sickens me that not one I want to give a shout out to Scott Herman Fitness. I've watched this video last week about a teenage bodybuilder, or 17 or 18-year-old bodybuilder, who went to a clinic and found out his testosterone levels were very, very low. Didn't say why, but you can guess why. And he made a video reacting about that. And that really put a fire in me as to making this video, because I feel this needs to be said. If you're somebody in the YouTube industry that has a lot of following and you really believe in what I'm saying, you should be speaking out about this, like Scott Herman Fitness or Greg Doucette. I know obviously he wasn't natural when he was younger, but he spoke about why this is not good for young lifters, and this is the video. It's about young lifters. Guys, it's not worth it. It's really not worth it. It's not worth it, because if you're trying to do it for social reasons, it's just not going to do anything for you. It's really not. It's really not. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. Go the long road. Believe me. Take the burns, take the hits, take the fight in the gym, fight every single day. Give yourself 120% in the gym, through your lifts, through your diet. No excuses, because there's a lot of people who make excuses and like to talk shit about everyone else. Don't be that person. Put your head down in hard work, put your head up in pride, and give yourself the best reason or the best option to go in the gym every single day, without cheating the game or without cheating yourself. At the end of the day, this is your life. This is your life. I can tell you not to do it and tell you all the reasons why, and then you can do it, and I can't do anything else. You have to live with the effects of what you've done. So before I end this video, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, and please share this video. Leave in the comments what you think, and yeah, soon you'll see me make another video. Hopefully this week I'll have a video out about a day in the life of my lean bulk and my transition into cutting, along with some workout videos. So I hope you guys are having a great day. See you soon.